Have you ever wondered why some things seem to happen by chance while others seem completely out of your control? What if I told you that all of this has a greater purpose, something beyond what the eyes can see? What if you discovered that you are the chosen one, the person who, at this moment, is being called to awaken? This is not just a romantic idea or a philosophical theory. Thoth, one of the oldest masters of humanity, left clues millennia ago. Clues that now, at the right moment, are waiting for you to finally activate them. But, and here's the painful part, do you feel like something is missing in your life? That feeling that the pieces don't quite fit? Or perhaps you've already tried following the rules of the game, studying, working hard, following the norms, but still, something isn't right, as if true fulfillment is out of your reach. This is more common than you think, and the good news is that it's not your fault. What's missing isn't something physical, but spiritual. And the solution is in discovering, once and for all, the portal that Thoth left hidden. And you know the best part? You don't need magical formulas or complicated esoteric rituals. What you need is already inside you. Spiritual awakening, the manifestation of your dreams, and the creation of the life you desire start now, in this moment. The truth is that the key is already in your hands, and I'm here to help you discover which portal you need to cross to start living your true life mission. A long time ago, Thoth, with his aura of wisdom, already saw beyond the veil of our alternative reality. He spoke of this rare being, someone who wouldn't just walk among us, but who could open invisible portals, touching dimensions hidden by the parallel universe. A being who, with a simple act of mindfulness, would make ancestral memories vibrate once again within the dormant soul. Look closely, we're not talking about movie superheroes, but real people who, upon spiritual awakening, feel this call echoing in their chest, like when you feel you need to change your life without knowing exactly why. It's this echo that secret societies have tried, in vain, to capture and control, but only those in tune with the frequency of true consciousness can answer. This chosen one, according to ancient scriptures, would have the mission of restoring divine order as if it were a lost key piece in the spiritual machinery of the world. And here's what's curious, many today live a spiritual journey without realizing they are, in fact, responding to this invisible call. You know that feeling of no longer belonging to the old cycle, of searching for a higher life purpose? This is not by chance. It's the parallel universe nudging you to look beyond. Those who begin to dive into meditation, practice the law of attraction, or simply start questioning everything around them are already taking firm steps in this crossing between worlds. It's not about memorizing mantras, but about feeling in your heart this expansion of consciousness. What's interesting is that this crossing doesn't require diplomas or external recognition, but an inner courage to awaken to your own potential. It's when the alternate self begins to emerge, the one that carries within it the key to manifesting dreams and personal fulfillment. Imagine someone who, instead of chasing traditional success, decides to align their health, finances, and relationships with a new vision based on inner enlightenment and the law of insights. This person, without realizing it, already begins to restore order around them. And it is at this moment that the doors to the next level of their mission begin to open, as if the very eye of the oracle were watching them, waiting for their next move. The ancients knew it's not just about flesh and bone, but about an invisible architecture that pulses within the chosen being, a special DNA that vibrates like an antenna to the frequencies of the parallel universe. These sacred codes, hidden from the common eye, cannot be read like any book. They reveal themselves in geometric patterns during vivid dreams, in synchronicities so absurd they seem like movie scripts. Those undergoing spiritual growth begin to notice these clues, a symbol that appears repeatedly, numbers like 1111 flashing on the clock, or that coincidental meeting that changes everything. But beware, without consciousness preparation, trying to decipher these signs can confuse or destabilize, like tampering with quantum physics without knowing its laws. This vibrational DNA is not detected by modern exams, but by symptoms many ignore: a sudden desire to change environments, an almost physical need to meditate or practice mindfulness, a repulsion for heavy environments and negative people. It's the activation of the sacred codes acting on the soul, pushing the person out of their comfort zone. That's why practices like guided meditation, reading texts like the Kybalion or the Emerald Tablets, and even listening to music with frequencies like 432 Hz or 528 Hz can help align this vibration. Those who resist this call, who try to stay on autopilot in the old reality, often feel an internal pressure that can turn into anxiety or even existential crises. And here's the secret that few reveal. To decipher these codes, we don't use traditional logic, but rather the eye of the oracle that dwells within each of us. It's a process of feeling, not thinking. That's why those seeking personal growth and self-improvement need to start trusting more in their intuition, this spiritual GPS that points the way, even when everything seems foggy. A practical example: the next time you feel that sudden impulse to call someone, visit a specific place, or start a seemingly senseless creative project, follow it. These are the geometric codes drawing themselves in your alternative reality, waiting for you to align for the next big step in your manifestation. The first signs are not subtle. They are like an ancient whisper that echoes loudly in the nights of vivid dreams, where unknown symbols and never-before-seen landscapes seem more real than the very alternative reality of day-to-day life. Those undergoing this spiritual awakening feel sudden intuitions, almost as if an invisible voice says, "Go this way." And make no mistake, this is not fantasy. It is consciousness expanding, showing that there's more than what the eyes can see. People report waking up in the middle of the night with clear ideas about their goals, or feeling in their heart that the time has come to change the course of their finances, relationships, or health. And it's here that the magic begins to happen, without them even needing to understand how. This call doesn't require diplomas or titles. It requires that the person remembers deep within their soul who they've always been before getting lost in the illusions of the world. It's as if the alternate self, that purer being aligned with enlightenment, knocks on the door of consciousness saying, "Hey, it's time to come home." That's why, in this process, practices like daily meditation, walks in nature, and even writing in a dream journal can accelerate awakening. Someone who begins to notice patterns in their intuitions and trusts them more instead of dismissing them as coincidences is already walking the path of self-improvement and conscious manifestation. And it's funny how, when this happens, the person feels they no longer need the approval of the external world, because they are receiving direct guidance from the source itself. They begin to follow the law of attraction more naturally, manifesting success and fulfillment without much effort, as if the parallel universe itself were conspiring in their favor. Want a practical example? Start writing down your intuitions for 7 days and see how they connect with events. It will feel like the eye of the oracle is guiding you, step by step, to the next big awakening. And believe me, these signs only tend to get stronger when you start responding to them. When this awakened being begins to walk through the world, they don't need to raise any banners. Their very aura already triggers a domino effect on the false systems that surround us. It's as if their presence functions as a mirror, exposing the lies that sustain the old alternative reality many are still trapped in. Masks fall, and the people around them begin to question too. Is my life aligned with my life purpose? And it's at this point that forgotten memories, those seeds planted deep in the soul during past lives, begin to sprout, bringing with them the remembrance of gifts and potentials that were dormant. All of this happens effortlessly, without shouting, only through the silent force of expanding consciousness. This true transformation doesn't come from the outside, nor from gurus or magical promises, but from within. And the signs are clear: a natural disconnection from what once seemed important, like chasing status, accumulating things, or pleasing everyone. Those at this stage begin to prefer meditation over a noisy party, to seek holistic health instead of quick fixes, and to focus on conscious finances, where money serves the purpose, not the other way around. Coincidences begin to pop up: meeting someone who says exactly what you needed to hear, stumbling upon a video that seems tailor-made for your pain, or seeing doors close and others open like magic. It's the law of insights working in full force. And the most fascinating part? This process starts shaping the individual's new reality without them having to force anything. They become a natural manifester, attracting opportunities, people, and situations that resonate with the frequency of their truest alternate self. Those observing from the outside may think it's luck or exaggerated positive thinking, but those living it know it's applied quantum physics, it's spirituality in action. So, if you're already noticing these powerful coincidences in your life, you can bet the eye of the oracle is already watching you, waiting for you to take the next step toward fully remembering who you truly are. The great civilizations of the past, Egyptians, Sumerians, Atlanteans, knew that the greatest danger didn't come from the outside, but from the spiritual awakening that could arise within the people themselves. They feared that someone would remember the hidden truth, that we are more than pieces within a system. We are co-creators of the alternative reality we live in. That's why they kept the sacred codes hidden, protected by secret societies that only passed on the teachings to those who were ready. But the prophesied being, this chosen one, would be like a flame that cannot be extinguished. Their very existence would function as a mirror, revealing where the cracks are in the false structures that govern collective consciousness. This living mirror doesn't need to point fingers or preach fiery speeches. Just by walking through the world with an aura aligned with truth, they begin to cause discomfort in those still attached to old illusions. Companies that run on greed, relationships that are sustained by fear, power systems that exploit, all of these tremble in the presence of this being, because the light of their enlightenment exposes what was hidden. That's why many who undergo this personal growth feel an initial rejection from the world around them. Friends drift away, jobs crumble, previously stable situations begin to dissolve. And this, although painful, is a sign that the old shell is breaking, so the new can emerge. Now here's a practical tip. If you're noticing these ruptures in your life, take a deep breath and trust. Instead of resisting, use tools like meditation with a focus on positivity, creative visualization, and even the practice of the law of attraction to shape this new reality that is emerging. Remember, every external collapse is clearing the ground for the manifestation of your truest dreams and goals. And of course, keep the eye of the oracle open, because the signs that you're crossing this bridge of transformation are everywhere, ready to take you even deeper into this process of spiritual rebirth. A long time ago, Yeshua and Thoth already knew spiritual awakening wouldn't be a peaceful event, but a silent battle between frequencies. They left clues scattered like seeds, waiting for the right moment when someone with awakened consciousness would find and activate them. These codes are not just ancient writings or symbols. They appear today in the form of dreams, intuitions, and even synchronicities that seem small but carry an energetic charge capable of igniting the soul. Those who begin to notice this feel it in their very skin. It's as if a greater force is pulling them to one side, while the external world tries to pull them back into illusion. And of course, this is where the importance of mindfulness and total focus comes in, to avoid getting lost in this dance. The truth is that this battle takes place in the invisible, behind the scenes of the alternative reality most call normality. The forces that manipulate collective consciousness know that if this bearer of the original frequency truly awakens, no system can remain standing. That's why they try to distract with excessive information, planted fears, crises in finances, relationships, and health. And those going through this need to strengthen themselves like warriors of light, daily meditation, food that elevates the vibration, reading works like the Kybalion or the Celestine Prophecy, and quantum practices of conscious manifestation. All of this helps to keep the energetic field clear and the aura strong in the face of subtle attacks. And there's more. This activation doesn't happen in isolation. Those who awaken begin to attract others who are also feeling this call, forming a network of light that gradually destabilizes the darkness. Want a clear example? You know when you meet someone and feel an instant connection, as if you've known them from another life? Or when a simple conversation with a stranger gives you a life-changing piece of advice. This is not coincidence. It's the law of insights in motion, signaling that the forces of the parallel universe are aligned with your personal growth. And if you're already feeling this, know this: you're closer to the next portal than you think. The ancients always spoke of portals, but not as physical doors that you simply open with a metal key. These dimensional portals are like filters of consciousness. Only those vibrating at the right frequency can cross them. Thoth, with his luminous wisdom, hid these keys not in distant temples but within the very codes of human spiritual DNA. That's why, when someone awakens, they feel an almost uncontrollable urge to change habits, environments, even people around them. And this is part of the process. Each renunciation of an old version opens a new door to the alternate self that was waiting to be reactivated. This spiritual rebirth is not a one-time event, but a sequence of activations. First, you feel that restlessness. Something no longer fits in your reality. Then, stronger signs begin, dreams with strange symbols, a desire to meditate more deeply, or even encounters with people who seem to carry veiled messages. To cross these portals, the constant practice of mindfulness is essential. A practical tip? Try meditations with 963 Hz frequency sounds, which, according to quantum physics applied to spirituality, resonate with the vibration of enlightenment and help align with these subtle accesses. And here's the most fascinating part. Each portal that opens not only brings more light, but also more responsibility. You begin to manifest more easily. The law of attraction works almost instantly, but it also requires that your focus is always aligned with your life purpose. Otherwise, the alternative realities can pull you in confusing directions. It's as if the parallel universe says, now that you have the key, choose carefully where you will use it. And this, of course, prepares us for the encounter with the greatest of all portals, the one that waits to be crossed only by those who have mastered the vibration of total authenticity. This chosen being, mind you, is not just someone special. They are the living bridge between the missions of Thoth and Yeshua, two currents now converging into one flow of consciousness. And the hidden portal waiting for their crossing doesn't open with tricks or magical formulas. It responds to something simple yet powerful: raw truth, authenticity vibrating high in the aura. It's no use pretending, no use repeating mantras without feeling or following empty rituals. This portal demands that the person present themselves without masks, with an open heart and a clean vibration free from illusions. And this, of course, is the greatest challenge and, at the same time, the key to true fulfillment. The so-called end times, which so many fear as if they were a global catastrophe, are actually a code for the end of the illusions that have kept us trapped for ages. It's the collapse of the old matrix, the one that told us success only comes with extreme sacrifice, that life purpose is a luxury for a few, and that spirituality doesn't mix with money or health. The chosen being carries this new frequency in their skin. They show that it's possible to have fulfilling relationships, vibrant health, aligned finances, and still stay focused on spiritual growth. They no longer separate the material world from the spiritual because they understand that manifestation and meditation go hand in hand. Want to apply this? Start aligning your dreams with practical actions, small daily steps that honor who you are becoming. And when this portal opens, it's not just an individual achievement, it's like a snap in the entire parallel universe. Other people begin to feel, without even understanding why, a sudden desire to awaken, to seek more. The law of insights activates in a chain, and each realization of the chosen being becomes a password that unlocks more and more consciousnesses. It's as if the eye of the oracle, which for so long has been closed, finally blinks at humanity, saying, "Now is the time." And it's at this moment that true spiritual sovereignty settles in, causing one by one the veils that prevented us from seeing who we really are to fall. Now tell me, after all this, will you still ignore the signs that the universe has been shouting at you? Or will you finally step into your position as the true creator of your reality? Because the choice is yours alone, to continue living within the old illusions or to cross this portal and access your spiritual sovereignty. What will you do with this new consciousness? Will you leave it for tomorrow? Or will you start today with small actions that align your dreams with your daily practice? Think carefully. With which people are you connecting? What content have you been consuming? Are you feeding your aura with positivity, focus, and potential, or are you still stuck in the old cycles? Look inside now and answer me honestly. Are you ready to manifest your goals and finally live the fulfillment you deserve? Or do you prefer to stay in the comfort zone while the eye of the oracle keeps blinking at you, waiting for your decision? If your answer is a silent cry saying, "Yes, I want it," then don't waste any time. Subscribe to the channel now, turn on notifications, and come with me to uncover every code left by the ancient masters. Here, every new video is a key to your spiritual awakening, to your personal growth, and for you to finally step into your life purpose. Let's open these portals together and manifest the life you've always dreamed of. Are you with me? Then click and come.